Hey guys! So today I wanted to create a fall time look for you using nothing new. Just I've had this palette for a while now, but I think maybe I've tried it once. So I wanted to try it again just because I can't remember if I liked it or not. It is the Colored Rain Safari Rain palette. I'm not even sure if this is still available on their site. You might be able to get it there, or you might have to find it somewhere else. But regardless, these shades are pretty typical fall time shades, so I'm sure you could find something that is a dupe. So this is what it looks like. It's just got like this gold shade, some orange and red, some greens, and some lighter gold, silver, and brown shades. So if you want to see what I create with this, then keep on watching. Alright, so this is what I've created so far with the shadow. As you can tell, it is super pigmented, and it's really beautiful eyeshadow. I will say though that this jungle shade, every time, because that's what I used out here, every time that I try to blend it out, it starts to disappear, and it's showing the shade underneath, like this clay shade that I used in the crease. That starts to show through, so I have to keep packing it on and trying to not blend that part away. So that is a little frustrating. I don't know if you can see it, but you can kind of see it peeking through a little bit. So there is that. I don't know if the colors just don't like to, you know, sit on top of each other, but I still think it's very beautiful, and considering that little issue, I think it turned out really nice. And the shimmers, you don't even need any setting spray or, you know, anything. They just go on really nice with your finger or a brush, because, you know, on this inner corner I didn't even use my finger. I just used a brush, a dry brush, and I mean, that's amazing. And then of course I used my finger for that one. But yeah, so super pigmented. I went in kind of heavy, unfortunately, with the clay shade on the crease and above that, and it created a line and did not want to blend out because I had gone in so strong to begin with. So I do recommend using a light hand with these shades. This is the only palette I've ever tried by Colored Rain, but if all their eyeshadows are like this, then they are really nice. Again, I don't know that for a fact. I'm just basing it off this one palette. But I do feel like the shades in this palette, super pigmented. The shimmers, you know, go on really nice. They're like butter. And I mean, look at this. Look at how, I don't know if you could see the texture of it, but it's so like creamy and just like melted metal. I don't know, it's really nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye off camera and finish my base, and then I will come back to finish the lower line. Alright, I am done with the face now and the other eye, and I think it looks really nice so far. So I'm just going to finish up the lower lash line. I'm going to take a little bit more of that jungle shade, this one right here, and I'm taking it more on like a flatter, like the one side is flatter, and I'm just going to go underneath the lash line, not all the way in, just keeping it more on the outer portion. And you do want to make sure, because this does have a lot of fallout, you want to make sure that you tap off as much as possible, because I forgot about that and I already have a little bit of fallout. It's fine if you haven't finished your base, but I don't know if you can see, it's already falling down there. And I just did my base. So be careful. Now if you do put powder down, you can just probably wipe it away easily, but I wasn't thinking about that. And I'm just trying to connect the lower lash line and the upper lash line. And I don't know if you can see, but just since the time it took me to put on like my foundation, concealer, bronzer, blush, highlight, You can see that it's kind of separating. Hopefully you can see that. I think you can. The darker shade is sort of separating and showing the shade Clay underneath. So something to beware of. So now I'm just going to clean off that brush and use the same brush and take a little bit of Congo Basin. This one here, the more olive tone. Now this one is not as super pigmented as the other mattes in the palette. It's a lighter shade. So, but it does build up really nicely. I mean, it is still pigmented, it's just not really pigmented. I'm going to try to clean up that bottom area. Let's see if I can brush it away first. Nope. Now I have a green under eye area, so I'm just gonna clean that up with a little bit of concealer in a minute. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish this. I'm really disappointed though that this outer area where the colors are sitting on top of each other, how it's like breaking apart there, because I really love this eye look. Disappointing, because I really like the palette, like the shades in it. Screams fall, and these are the kind of shades that I gravitate towards in the fall time. Like, I love these shades. Alright, so let's finish it up and then we'll address that more. If you hear noises, it's my kids coming in from outside and opening and slamming the door. So just ignore it. Alright, now I'm going to take the Clay shade and just kind of buff out those colors on the lower lash line. I don't know why my camera keeps unfocusing. Sorry about that. I go back in a little more with the Congo Basin, the olive green tone. Okay, let me try to fix that with concealer really quickly. I'm just going to take the concealer and I'm going to use this flat, come on camera, use this flatter brush, and I'm just going to try to, I'm not going to take a lot of concealer, just a little bit, and just kind of clean up underneath like that, and then I just wipe my brush off. I'm using this towel sitting here so that way I don't get it on the concealer brush itself, but you can always just put it on your hand and then kind of blend it out. That gives it a really sharp, clean line. Concealer is great for concealing dark circles and blemishes and things like that, which I have a giant blemish here, but I didn't want to put any concealer on it because it kind of makes me feel gross when it's like kind of open and stuff to put that in there. Like, I feel like it's gonna get infected, so I'm trying to leave that alone, even though I'm sure eyeshadow got in there. But anyways, that's why I didn't conceal that. And it looks like that because I wouldn't leave it alone. I know, it's terrible. But concealer is not just great for those things, but also for fixing any little mistakes that you've made, or to get that crisp line, or like on your lid when you do a cut crease. So it is a great thing to have. So even if you don't want to use concealer, like you don't want to wear it in, you know, in the normal way that it's used, having it just for those is great. So, I mean, I'm sure most or all of you already know that, but I'm just thinking out loud because I'm realizing how great it is right now, even though I already knew that. Sorry if I'm being quiet, I'm just trying to concentrate. I'm just gonna drag it down. I may have to put my highlighter back on there. But yeah, something like that. You can see the difference in the two eyes and how concealer is absolutely amazing. So yeah, I'm just gonna go back over that with my concealer, or not concealer, my highlighter, just on those, just on the area where it kind of covered it up a little bit. Ooh, almost went in with too much. See? And then it's fine. And you can go back in with a little bit of powder and stuff too. I'll do that in just a second. Let me fix this other eye real quick, and then I'll be right back. Alright guys, and here is the final look that I came up with using the Colored Rain Safari Rain palette. And aside from the colors acting kind of funny in the outer corner, I really, really love it. It's totally fall time to me, and I think that they performed really well, and I love it. Other than that outer corner, ugh. Otherwise it would be amazing. I mean, it still looks really good, and that's kind of hard to see anyways, but I still know it's there. Anyways, so for the waterline, I used this Maybelline Lasting Drama Matte in the shade Jade Olive. If it will focus. Kind of. Okay. And then I used the Lancome Monsieur Big mascara for the upper and lower lashes. And then for the lips, I used this Wet n Wild Mega Last Liquid Catsuit in the shade Caramel Cake. And then on top of that, I used ColourPop's Ultra Metallic Lip in the shade Queen with a K. W-E-E-N. It's upside down. That. So, yeah. What do you guys think? Do you like it? Do you not? Tell me below. And also, I apologize if this palette cannot be found. I know I have seen it on their website recently, but I'm not sure if it's still in stock. That's the issue. But you might be able to find it somewhere else online. But I apologize if you cannot. But there are lots of palettes that have similar... Sorry, there was a piece of mascara on my hand. There are other palettes that have similar color schemes in them, and I'm sure that lots of brands are going to be coming out with fall time palettes. So hopefully if you try to recreate this look, you can find something. So yeah guys, I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe before you leave. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. So until next time, bye!